What what is your school mascot and your school color?
What is your school mascot and school colors?
Our school colors are red and black.
And our school mascot is the Aztec.
Aztec warrior.
Good question.
Go ahead.
How big?
Oh no, I'm sorry, Erica. You're still on you.
How did that become your mascot?
So I don't know if you could see, but we have the Aztec back here behind
Okay.
Erica, and I think that was kind of one of the reasons. Another reason was that there was kind of a little bit of a mystery behind who the Aztec was, and was he a Native American Indian, and who was he? So how did the Aztecs become your mascot?
Actually, back in the day, our mascot actually used to be an animal type of thing. But the Aztec does relate, has a correlation to the native Indians. We've been kind of going through, but we adopted it because of the San Diego used to be widely territorial of the Native American Indians.
Excellent.
So,
How many students attend your school?
So how many students are there at San Diego State?
Well, we're a pretty large school. We have about 30,000 students total, about 2,700 undergraduate students. It definitely, 27,000 undergraduate students. It definitely doesn't feel that big once you come here. There are always a lot of faces that you don't recognize, but there's also a lot of faces that you will recognize.
Excellent. So 30,000, I mean, that's quite a contrast from what we are here. Our high school graduates about 95 to 105 students every year. That's it.
oh wow.
We're a 1 square mile, very small town. So I don't know if you guys came from a smaller atmosphere, but what is it like coming from somewhere, smaller, even if you graduated with a couple hundred kids, to something so large?
Well, I came from a pretty small school. My graduating class was about 300 students. So coming to this big school, it definitely was a change. It was a change that I really liked. It's really exciting. There's always something new. There's always someone new. Something's always going on. You can never really just feel too, I guess, bored here. It's really nice having this many students on campus. It really makes it more of a lively environment and just fun to be at.
I'm from San Diego. So the high school that I graduated was almost 800 graduating seniors. So I came from a fairly large high school. However, coming to a school with 30,000 students, as long as you join clubs or organizations, we have the art club and all those kinds of fun things, then you get to know people, and so the school doesn't feel as big.
Excellent. So with 30,000 students, I know, Chrissy, you're going to ask the next question, but go ahead.
How big are your school class sizes?
So how big are your class sizes with 30,000 students?
Well, it really just depends. For the general education requirements, the classes you'll take your freshman and sophomore years, they are a little bit bigger since they're lectures. But for the really big classes, and that way they try to have more of a
One-on-one feel.
a one-on-one feel. And then once you get into your upper division classes, the classes are a lot smaller since it's specified to your major and it's just students in your major. And I would say it's about 25 to 40 students in that class.
That's what I try to tell them. I said, they're in a class right now of about 20 students in the classroom. And I say to them, you know what, it seems like that might be big, but when you go away to college, a lot of times you're in a classroom that looks like and feels like you're sitting in a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have the stadium level seating, and you're there with as many kids as we have in our entire school, you're in class with. So, and they're like, oh, well, how will I ever hear the teacher and this? And I said, well, you know what, you'll get used to it. And sometimes you sit a little closer in big classes like that. But as you guys get older and kind of work towards exactly what it is you want to be, those more specific classes get smaller and smaller.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Chrissy.
How far is it?
I would probably estimate it right around just over 3,000 miles away. So plane ride, we're probably 6 hours in an airplane.
6 hours in an airplane.
3 days.
Yeah, it would probably take you at least 3 days to fly. And chances are, once we get there, we're not going to have very much than what we can carry. So how far are you guys from the airport?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yep. So, would you guys? Are you guys far from the airport? Once we got there.
We're like 10 minutes away.
Oh, okay. So once you guys landed there, you'd be able to get over there pretty quickly. Go ahead.
What types of things are there to do on and around your school?
So what types of things are there to do on San Diego State's campus and then in the actual city of San Diego?
So on the actual campus right now, we are in the current, we also have a gym, we have swimming pools on campus, and then of course the classrooms. But then in the city of San Diego, there's a ton of things to do. We're about 10 minutes away from the beach. Our city borders Mexico, so we're right next to another country, so that's there for you to do. There's parks, museums, there's like SeaWorld, the zoo, all kinds of fun stuff.
And also on campus, our campus has things called Aztec Nights, which is basically put on by our student government, and they put on different events for students to do multiple times throughout the semester. During the winter, we'll have fake snow, and you guys can go sledding down the hill. We have an Aztec dance. We have movie nights and things like that.
Yeah, I was saying to the panel, if I was probably going to choose a school to attend in California, I think it would probably be in the San Diego area. Most because of the weather. You guys normally have very warm, sunny weather.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the ocean. I'm a surfer. I love to be near the water. I think that would be another thing for me. And you have one of the most world-renowned zoos, or at least nationally renowned zoos that there are in the country, right there in San Diego as well.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I've been to a few other zoos in other cities, and it does not compare. Like, the world-famous San Diego Zoo is awesome.
Excellent. Go ahead, Chrissy.
What do most students do on the weekends?
So being that we'd be coming all the way across the country, we probably won't have anywhere to go on the weekends. So do most students stick around? Is there a lot to do on the weekends at San Diego State?
There's a ton of things to do. So during the first few weeks of school, like Kiati said, we have those Aztec Night events. We also have, on one of our events, we do go-karts. We do a campus carnival where we'll bring in rides and games and stuff. But also, that's why we really encourage students to get involved. There's a lot of different things to do on the weekends, but San Diego life is very, very alive, especially on the weekends. There's like the gas lamp. The beaches become a very popular place. We have our boardwalk. And then there's just a lot of different things that you can do on and around the campus, even on the weekends.
Excellent. Go ahead, Alana.
What type of sports are offered at your school?
So what types of sports are offered at San Diego State?
Well, we have a lot of different sports. We have our sports teams from our school, and then we have intramural sports as well. I think our sports
Baseball, she said softball. There's swim and dive. There's most of the sports that you could think of, we probably have.
And then what I was telling them too is a lot of times with the intramural or club sports, maybe you're not as talented enough to play those Division I teams, but you really love a sport and you've played it your whole life, and you can continue playing it even in college, but against other students at your school, which is great. And a lot of times with club and intramurals, a lot of times they have sports you might have never even heard of before. A lot of schools were saying that they even have Quidditch teams that they play intramurally.
Yeah, there's Quidditch, like Ultimate Frisbee. Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff.
Excellent. Yeah, go ahead, Nasir.
Do you have any
Rivals.
rivals?
Do you guys have any rivals at San Diego State?
We do. We have two rivals. The first one is the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. That is our biggest rival. And then our other rival is the University of New Mexico, the Lobos.
The Lobos. We spoke to them last year.
Yeah, that's our rival.
Excellent. Yeah.
Does your school have any
Traditions.
traditions?
Do you guys have any traditions at San Diego State?
Yes, we do. One of the traditions we have if you come to San Diego State is we have a statue of Samuel T. Black, who was our first president, and his left shoe is actually tarnished because it's said to be good luck to rub it. And then our second tradition here at San Diego State is called Templo Del Sol. So it's an event where all the new students basically cross a threshold, and we have those people, if you guys know, like you see at carnivals, those tall people on stilts, they're carrying around fire, and they're trying to welcome you to the Aztec community. So we do that every fall semester. So those are a couple of the big traditions here at San Diego State.
That's great. You know, a lot of the traditions that we've heard from other schools all kind of revolve around that convocation or opening weeks of school where, you know, there might be an archway or a seal in the ground or a statue that, you know, once you touch it or walk under it or walk through it, you know, you're not supposed to ever touch it again until you graduate. You know, one of those type of folklore ideas. But I like the one about the statue with the tarnished shoe now.
Yep.
What is your school's best known for?
So what is San Diego State best known for?
Well, we're really known for our research and for our engineering program. We're pretty well known for our basketball team. We did make it to the Sweet 16 last year. We're also the best California State University in the CSU.
So we're really excited about that. We have some great graduate programs here. And then, like Kiati said, our women's team actually just won the conference. Our men's team is going to March Madness. Definitely.
You guys are part of the California State program, correct? Of schools,
yes.
Of universities. Now, how come you are not blue and gold like the majority of the other California State schools?
The blue and gold is really for the UC system, so the University of California system. We're on the California State University system.
Oh, okay, that's what. All right, that makes sense. Go ahead, Logan.
And when you're amazing, you know, you're different. Just kidding. No.
It's not. That's true. Go ahead, Logan.
Why do people choose to attend your school?
So when students come out and visit university or San Diego State, what is it about the campus and the school that really makes them want to choose to attend school there?
Well, aside from our excellent academics, when they take the tour of the campus, they really get a feel of the beautiful campus that we have. We do have a really beautiful campus. One of the central locations on campus is Hefner Hall, and you can see it from all the way down the walkway, and that whole scene is just very beautiful. There's also a lot of different resources for students at SDSU. Our faculty and staff are really personable, and they love meeting with the students and helping them out. So that's definitely a bonus as well. And
the weather. The weather is honestly, a lot of people come here for the weather and our school spirit. Our student section for the sports teams was rated number 1 on ESPN last year, so we were really excited about that. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys located inside the city, or are you kind of on the outskirts of San Diego? Well,
we're in the city of San Diego. If you meet like our zip code and everything, like we are San Diego. We're very centrally located. We're like 10 minutes from the beach, 10 minutes from downtown, about 12 minutes from the border.
10 minutes from the mall.
Exactly. So we're basically like right in the middle.
Excellent.
Yeah.
How big is your campus?
How big is your school's campus?
We sit at about 300 acres. I don't know if that helps. It's big.
How far would it be to walk across the campus from one side to the other? How long would it take about?
It takes a maximum of probably 20 minutes. It really is
big, but after you go to class once, then you'll never forget where that building or that area is, and you'll know the quickest way to get there.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Logan.
How do most people get around campus?
So how do most people get around your campus?
Very, very, very competitive nursing program. Here at San Diego State, our nursing program ranks very highly. And then also, when we first started in 1897, we were actually a school only for teachers. So our credential program and our liberal arts program to become a teacher is very, very competitive as well.
And our kinesiology program is also very competitive.
Excellent. Go ahead.
What is the cost of your school?
So what's the cost to attend San Diego State?
So for an out-of-state student, your cost for your first year, which would include living on campus, is about $30,000.
Wow. Which actually, believe it or not, is not that expensive for a out-of-state school.
Exactly. It makes San Diego State very sought upon for out-of-state students because of the fact that you're coming to San Diego for actually a very reasonable price compared to a lot of other schools.
Now, here's my question. Coming from out of state, do you guys guarantee housing for out-of-state students?
Well, for first-time freshmen are required to live on campus, so all first-time freshmen do have guaranteed housing. After that, students are able to choose whether they want to live on campus or not, but typically students choose to live off campus, and there's a lot of off-campus options as well. There's a lot of apartments within walking distance, and some that are a little bit further away actually have shuttles that come directly to SDSU as well.
Excellent.
Do you offer scholarships?
Does your school offer scholarships?
Yes, we do. There's actually a lot of scholarships available for students, and most of which, I would say at least half of the scholarships don't even get applied for because apparently a lot of people here don't want scholarships. But I actually applied for a scholarship last year, and it was for $1,500, and it was just a 2-page paper, and I got that. So there's a ton of scholarships that are available for the most random things too, like all different kinds of things, like just from being I know I saw a scholarship for being left-handed. Like, there's just a bunch of random scholarships, but there's a ton.
And they're really easy. You really just have to apply. In fact, there was one guy that was for women only, but nobody else had applied, so he won. So
it's one of those things, like you said. It may be, you might say, "Oh, it's $1,500. What's that towards the total cost of my tuition?" But if you get 4 or 5 that are $1,500, you've taken a big chunk out of your tuition already.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Do you have any famous
Alumni.
alumni?
Yep. Do you guys have any famous alumni or graduates?
We do. So one of our biggest one, I don't know if you guys are familiar with football, but Marshall Falk is a graduating, or you know him? Yeah, all right. He graduated from San Diego State, and he's actually very, very close. He keeps close relations with the school. He came to speak at our homecoming last year. We also, I don't know if there's, because I don't really know if these stores, but like Jack in the Box, Costco, Rubio's, all of those places, the CEOs and founders of those corporations were alumni from here. The voice of Marge Simpson, the mom on The Simpsons show, was an alumni here. Yeah, the woman who who just actually took over the Star Wars company, the Lucasfilms, Kathleen Kennedy, is an alumni here, as well as the first female astronaut.
Excellent.
Yeah, so some pretty cool people.
What do you like most about your school?
Now, being that you both are alumni of San Diego State?
No, we go here.
Students.
Oh, still current students. So that's even better. So what do you guys like most about being students at San Diego State?
I really love the environment. Like I said, I did come from a smaller school, so I love having people around all the time. It's such a lively campus. I love how my professors are really easy to approach. They're always willing to help me out, and they'll kind of take it one step further to help me even a little bit more than I had asked. I like how the curriculum is challenging enough for me, but it's not something that's completely unreasonable to handle. We have multiple student organizations as well that really allows all students to just get involved on campus and make connections and friendships that'll last for a long time.
Excellent.
I think my favorite part is truly like the school spirit here at San Diego State. Everyone here is honestly so excited to be an Aztec, and so you can actually really feel that when you're walking on campus. People decked out in red and black, excited for the games, excited to be here and to just truly be at San Diego State. So I think that's my favorite part.
Excellent. Any questions you guys have? Go ahead, Erica.
Do you have homework on the weekends?
Great question. Do you guys have homework on the weekends?
Well, the way classes are arranged, there's 3 different ways that you can have classes. They can either be 2 times a week, 3 times a week, or 1 time a week, but it has to be a total of 2.5 hours per class. So depending on when you get your homework assigned, say you have class on Thursday, you can finish that before the weekend. And if you finish all your homework before the weekend, then you have no homework on the weekend. But if you do decide to put it off a little bit, then you would have to do some over the weekend. It just depends on you.
What do you do in school?
So what are your majors right now?
Well, I'm double majoring in comparative literature and philosophy.
Oh, excellent.
And I am a communication major.
Perfect. Anybody else? Go ahead, Nasir. Now I have a question for you. We have here, you guys can hold them up. We have here some Aztecs and some San Diego State signs for you guys. And we were wondering, since you said that your women and your men will most likely be competing in the March Madness tournament, are there any cheers that we can learn from you guys that we might be able to cheer for you guys when you guys are on TV in the basketball tournament?
Yeah, there is one where it's basically a repetitive one. Do you want me to teach it right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, so basically, whatever I say, you just say it after me, okay?
You guys ready? Get your signs up.
All right. I believe.
I believe.
I believe that.
I believe that.
I believe that we.
I believe that we.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
And then after that, it just keeps going. And if you watch the games, after we start singing that, everyone just starts jumping up and down. It's like, I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. It's so, like, we're notorious for that chant. And so whenever you see it, you know it's the Aztecs.
Oh, that's perfect. Now, go ahead, Nasir.
Do you have cheerleaders in there?
Oh, great question. Do you guys have cheerleaders?
We do. We have a cheer team and a dance team that perform at some of our games.
Excellent. Now, I didn't give this to them yet, but our friends here at San Diego State were nice enough here to give you guys some stickers. Not only for you guys, not only for you as the panel, but actually there's enough for your entire class to take home. And you guys get San Diego State University pens. So what do you guys say?
Thank you.
Welcome.